Hello people and happy Sunday. How was the first week of 2019 for you? Are you still on track with your New Year's resolutions? Or have you succumbed to temptation already? I hope not. I hope everybody is still on track with their resolutions and their targets for this year. I wish everybody the best in achieving what they have set out to achieve. Having said that, it's Sunday, which means only one thing, and that is a new video from myself, Real Everyday English. And today's topic is going to be the park. And I think that the park is a very useful topic because lots of the adults who watch this channel will have either children or grandchildren who you like to take to the park. So for that reason, I think it's a good topic to cover. And basically, we're just going to go to the park, get out there and see what we come across and see what vocabulary I can teach you today. So let's go. Let's get into it. Okay people, so we're out and about and I'm just walking down the road towards the park. We're in a town called Wigan, which is my hometown, and here's a piece of we'll start that again. Here's a useful piece of vocabulary. See these things here? We would describe these as bushes. This is a bush, and when there's a row of them like that, we would describe them as bushes. I've just entered the park, and as you can see, it's a beautiful place. I have lots of happy memories from this park as a child. I used to come here with my parents and my grandparents and have lots of fun. For example, climbing trees. This big tree behind me right here, I used to climb that tree quite often. I never used to be able to climb to the top, but I used to climb it and have lots of fun. Here's a useful piece of vocabulary. This is a statue, and this has been here for many years. And there's a legend that says that if you rub his foot, this is to rub his foot, and walk around him 3 times, then you get to make a wish. But you can't tell anybody what the wish is, or else it won't come true. So this is a statue. And this is to rub his foot, to rub. And you can see that his foot is shiny because people rub it all the time and then make a wish. Here we are in the very centre of the park, and you can see there's a fountain. This is a fountain, and you can see the water is spraying out from the fountain. You can also make a wish here by throwing a penny or a coin into the water and then making a wish. But once again, you can't tell anybody or else it won't come true. So that's a fountain. This is what we would call a pond or a lake, but usually a lake is a lot bigger. Because this is only small, we would call it a pond. And you can see that the ducks are swimming in the pond. Can you see the ducks? A duck is an animal that goes quack quack. So that's a pond, guys, a pond. This is the bandstand, and we call it a bandstand because during the summer, when the weather is nice, you get musical bands playing music on the bandstand for all the people in the park to listen to, and it's very nice. I can't wait for summer. I prefer the summer when the weather is quite warm. So now we're on the children's park, and this is a roundabout, and obviously children like to sit on there and you push. Whee! Faster daddy, faster. My kids loved these when they were younger. They don't like them too much now, but yeah, that's the roundabout. This thing here is called the climbing frame, and kids like to climb on these things like so they climb up and play around on here. So this is a climbing frame, and this thing here is a tunnel, and obviously they slide down and come out the other side. So this is a climbing frame. This thing right here is called the slide, and I think this is probably most kids' favourite thing on the park, and they sit on and slide down, whee, all the way to the bottom. So this is called a slide. And these things I know they're my children's favourite piece of equipment on the park, and this is the swing, and obviously They like to be pushed on the swing. Higher, daddy, higher. So that's the swings. And last but not least, for pieces of equipment on the park, this thing here is called a seesaw. And obviously one child sits on one side and one on the other, and then they bounce side to side like so. So that's a seesaw. As you can see, this here is a tree, but you see these things that stick out from the tree? We would refer to this as a branch. This is a branch of the tree, and I want to show you an example using the branch. I'm going to show you it in a minute. Okay people, so as you can see I've snapped a branch off the tree, and I want to show you a word. This is to snap. So as you see, snap. The branch is now snapped in half. There are a couple of other ways we like to use the word snap as well. The first one, for example, would be if someone is annoying you and eventually you snap at them, which means to shout back or to do something, just to lose your temper, to get angry. It's to snap. So for example, if my boss keeps singling me out and giving me a hard time at work, eventually I'll snap and shout at him or say something back to him, and that is to snap. So that is in the context of losing your temper, is to snap at someone or just to snap. So for example, I could be telling someone a story and I could say, oh, you know, my friend, someone was giving him grief when he was in the supermarket and eventually he just snapped. It means he lost his temper. The second way I can think of in which we use the word snap, especially in this part of England, Manchester, the north. I'm not sure about America, and I'm not sure about anywhere else in England. I think they use it, but it means the same as. So if someone was telling me that they weren't feeling very well and I weren't feeling very well as well, then I could say snap, and it means same as, me too. And you'll hear that quite a lot in British English as well. So that's snap, and it means likewise, me too, something like that. Okie dokie people, so that was it for this week's video. I hope you found it useful. I hope you learned some new vocabulary. As always, if you like the video, then give it a thumbs up. If you don't, then give it a thumbs down. If you have an idea for a future video that you think might be helpful for English learners, then let me know in the comments below, and I'll do my best to accommodate your request. Having said all that, that's it for this week's video. Have a great Sunday and the rest of the weekend, and we'll see you in the next video next week. Bye bye guys, bye bye.